Have a fun video you'd like to see featured on NCW Life? Email us at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.
It's time for NCW Life News on the NCW Life channel. The latest from the Wenatchee Valley and North Central Washington with Steve Hare, Grant Olson, and sports with Eric Granstrom.
Good Wednesday evening and welcome to NCW Life News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And wow, what a change from yesterday till today. We're seeing some clouds out there as we look at our monitor camera up the upper Wenatchee Valley, and you can see raindrops on our camera. And there were some showers that developed this afternoon along with lots of clouds. The good news is the winds went down. In fact, winds today a lot less than those 50 mile an hour gusts yesterday. Today in Wenatchee, only about a 16 mile an hour gust at times. Those have gone away. Most of the wind now over towards Spokane, where wind gusts are still in the lower to mid 20s. But we are seeing rain today, and we'll see it tomorrow. And we'll talk coming up in our weather forecast about an even bigger storm system moving in for us by the weekend. And for those watching on our Facebook, tune into LocalTel Channel 12 or Charter Channel 19, or you can stream us live at ncwlife.com for the full evening newscast tonight. And now a few of the stories we're following for you. A sexual predator was arrested last night in East Wenatchee. A semi-truck rollover spills bark over Highway 97 Blewett Pass, and Mariachi Wenatchee is back from their whirlwind trip to Washington, D.C. But first, we begin tonight. A Snohomish County Sheriff's helicopter rescue team responded Sunday afternoon to a climber who was injured in a fall from Snow Creek Wall near Leavenworth. Steve Hare has the details.
The sheriff's office says a 23-year-old male from Lake Stevens fell about 50 feet down a climbing wall and sustained a head injury. The man was unconscious at the base of the wall with 5 other climbers. Rescuers had to tie in to keep from falling due to the terrain. Now, while on scene, a boulder fell from above, barely missing the crew. Now, the climber was hoisted out and was airlifted to Harborview Regional Medical Center for treatment. His name was not released and his condition is unknown. Steve Hare, NCW Life News.
Washington State Patrol says a 20-year-old Mansfield woman was seriously injured yesterday when she decided to jump out of a moving car. The incident occurred around 2 p.m. Tuesday on Highway 172 near Mansfield. Raquel Solis of Mansfield was in the back seat of a 2005 Ford Freestyle Sport utility vehicle along with her mother and brother when Trooper Brian Moore says she decided to exit the vehicle because of an apparent argument as the car was traveling around 40 miles per hour. Solis hit her head on the ground upon impact and was airlifted to Central Washington Hospital, where she is listed in critical condition. Moore says details surrounding the argument are unclear and the incident is still under investigation. With the help of an observant and tenacious Douglas County deputy, a dangerous felon is off the streets tonight. Sheriff Harvey Jesdahl says the arrest happened after a county deputy learned that a vehicle he had just seen also had an associated arrest warrant out of LaSalle County, Illinois. The deputy followed the vehicle to a residence and was able to contact the driver and person named in that warrant. Arrested without incident was 35-year-old Victor Guerrero of East Wenatchee on charges of aggravated criminal sexual assault of a child. Guerrero was booked into the Chelan County Regional Jail. Earlier today, Washington State Patrol Trooper Brian Moore reports that a semi-truck loaded with bark rolled over on US 97 Blewett Pass. The accident blocked a lane of Highway 97, which forced Washington State Department of Transportation officials to alternate traffic, which caused delays throughout the afternoon. The driver of the truck was not injured in that accident. Coming up, electric vehicle owners may have new charging stations available in the area, and we'll profile the 2 candidates running for Kashmir City Council. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching NCW Life News.
Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CVCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CVCH respects that.
Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
So, how you guys doing?
My job starts in Portland in a month.
Can we find a buyer that fast?
I think we're good. Our CBX app tells us who the best potential buyers are.
We can pinpoint where the hottest prospects are located, right on this map.
2 cities over.
It even lets us set the most accurate price.
Wow, it really does all that.
It really does all that.
Well, help us pack.
We're working on that.
Welcome back. Most electric vehicles need to be recharged every 80 to 200 miles, all differing between models and road conditions. This leaves EV or electric vehicle commuters with road tripping as an impractical choice. Compared to 8,000 registered electric vehicles in 2013, Governor Jay Inslee has set a goal to increase that number to at least 50,000 by the year 2020. In recent efforts to promote electric transportation systems, the Washington State Department of Transportation is awarding $1 million in grants to install 15 new fast charging stations throughout Washington State along major interstates and highways, with the majority of those new stations to be located in the Tri-Cities area. Wenatchee already has 1 charging station, and the nearest of the new stations would be located in Vantage.
I personally own a Chevrolet Bolt. The range is 230 miles per charge. I drive it within that range. I am not comfortable going beyond it because there are no fast charge or quick charge stations between here and Seattle, which this initiative will bring about.
EVITA stands for Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Transportation Alliance. It is an alliance between utilities and public agencies and private entities like Greenlots.
Greenlots is an open charging standard electric vehicle charging provider, and so what we do is we partner with utilities to help them accelerate electric vehicle adoption through the proliferation of infrastructure. Greenlots is providing the electric vehicle charging network, and so we're tying together all of the different fast chargers within the network.
I think the fast charge program is just excellent, and it's fitting in with the future of where the whole country and the world is going with EVs.
We need to provide that network of charging infrastructure, whether it's before, after, during. We just need to keep doing that work to get the charging infrastructure in there so people feel confident to move outside of the cities that they live in.
The fast charge stations are, in the case of Tesla, the supercharge stations will make it all the more successful and contribute to a much better environment in the world.
Tonight's candidate profile takes us to Kashmir, where challenger Mira Roy is taking on incumbent David Erickson for Kashmir City Council. Erickson is 52 years old and is the current Wenatchee Parks and Recreations Director. He has also been a Kashmir City Council member since 2013. Erickson holds a bachelor's degree from the University of Washington in lands architecture and a master's degree in recreation management from the University of Idaho. He says the biggest issues facing Kashmir are maintaining the city's infrastructure, growth, and the budget. Erickson also feels that the city should continue to provide support with other area organizations to assist in attracting industry, new housing, and ways to grow outdoor recreation. Mira Roy is 76 years old and is a retired secretary and legal assistant for the Department of Homeland Security. While she agrees that progress and growth are fine, she thinks Kashmir needs to remain a small town without many changes. Roy also says the city needs to do a much better job of snow removal in the winter so residents can access sidewalks and streets. Tomorrow we profile the 2 candidates vying for position on the Cascade School District Board. The U.S. Forest Service is still conducting some area-prescribed burns, which may create some haze tonight and tomorrow. Two burns were on the schedule today, one in the Methow Valley, 5 miles northwest of Mazama, and the other is in the Bailey Springs area near Tonasket. The Forest Service continues to burn piles of slash, logs, and large tree limbs designed to help restore the forest ecosystem. Well, following a whirlwind trip to Washington, D.C., Wenatchee High School's Mariachi Wenatchee is back in the Apple capital. Group Director Ramon Rivera joined host Dan Coots this morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley to talk about their exciting experience and how it all came about.
Congressman Reichert always came and visited us every year and would come and talk to the kids and talk about leadership. And so I told him, for the last 3 years I've been asking, how can we get to D.C.? He goes, well, let's try. And we tried and we tried. And so this year, all the stars aligned. He was able to talk to the Speaker of the House, Mr. Paul Ryan, and Mr. Paul Ryan sent an invitation to invite us to play for National Hispanic Heritage Month, which is September 15th to October 15th. So we were very honored to receive this invitation, and with the help of Congressman Reichert, the Country Music Awards, the Country Music Association Foundation, and the National Music Teacher Association, and in our community, we were able to raise enough money to send all 31 students to go. And it cost about $35,000, but it was just amazing experience for my students. And worth, I think we, from seeing the White House, from seeing the Library of Congress, to seeing the actual Constitution, I just got a shot of patriotism. I mean, I just even prouder to be American after that, because you just don't realize the sacrifice that many of our leaders gave. And one of the highlights was the kids went to the Air Force Memorial, and 3 busloads of World War II, Vietnam, and Korean veterans came out. And
just by coincidence?
By coincidence, we just happened to go to the memorial, and the kids shook each of their hands, said, "Thank you for your service." And the kid and the veterans were like, "Wow, you still remember us." So they had a great exchange, and then they were explaining like the names, and these are the people we flew with, and this. It was just a very touching moment, and it was a group from California. So that way of bringing kids together, and also veterans and kids. I don't know. It was just a very emotional trip.
While in D.C., the group also toured the Supreme Court, the Lincoln and Jefferson Memorials, visited the National Air and Space Museum, and took a Metro subway ride. You're watching NCW Life News. Coming up next, your sports update, followed by today's feature story. That and much more still to come on NCW Life News. Stay with us.
Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house, featuring great family dining in downtown Chelan. We've got burgers, pub fare, and the best barbecue around. Try one of our award-winning sauces made fresh here in-house. So grab the whole gang and come on down. Stormy Mountain Brewing. Beer, barbecue, friends, and beer.
Travel enhances your life in every way. Let the travel professionals at Journey Travel and Tours help you plan that dream vacation. Don't leave the important details to those nameless, faceless online agencies. At Journey Travel and Tours, our goal is to build relationships that last a lifetime. And when you do need help, we have a 24-hour helpline that is routed to one of the agents in our office. When you think travel, think Journey Travel and Tours. It's where your journey begins. Like us on Facebook, and you could be one of our monthly winners.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy hump day on the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard from last night. First in soccer, Eastmont entertained West Valley at big night action last night to Wildcat Field. The two teams played a rather awkward first half until the Rams mounted a rally just before the break. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen had the call here on the NCW Life channel.
just pushed her in the back, gained a little bit of advantage.
There's the kick. Into the box we go, and Alonso sweats this one out. She's onside. This could be interesting. A quick run on the right side. Into the box we go. Gets past the goalkeeper. And on an empty net, cannot deliver a shot. She's going to try it again. Goal, 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 goal. A quick touch to the left. Bounce back. The shot. And a brilliant save by Alonso. That was far more dangerous than it looked. And the counter in the making, a quick run behind the back of the defender. This could be interesting. There's a shot, 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 shot. Goal, 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 goal. And there's Alonso. Caught a little bit out of position. This could be dangerous. There's the shot, and Alonso has to backtrack and fall on her keister to make that stop. There's the ball. Over the head of everybody. Good ball. Goal, 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 goal. Masterful stroke. This could be the last play of the game, and it is. The game is officially over with Eastmont losing to West Valley Yakima by a score of 3-0.
In other action last night, it was Wenatchee Downing Sunnyside 9-0. Maddie Smith with 2 goals and an assist for the Panthers. Cashmere blanked Chelan 13-0. Danny Monroe with 3 goals and 2 assists. Grace Erdman with 3 goals for the Bulldogs. Bridgeport blanked Manson 2-0. On the volleyball courts last night, Wenatchee shut down Sunnyside 3-0. It was West Valley over Eastmont 3-0. Chelan over Cashmere 3-0. Soap Lake and Waterville Mansfield tied into a Donnybrook for Waterville Mansfield senior night. It was Soap Lake getting the window 3-2. The Wenatchee Wild traveled to Salmon Arm, BC for last night's BCHL game against the Silverbacks. The home squad raced out to a 2-0 lead with goals in the first period. After a scoreless second, Wenatchee came back to tie it up to only have Salmon Arm retake the lead for good. Art Checker had the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network. Thanks to Hockey TV for the highlights. Please forgive the audio problems with Arch's call and the first 2 goals.
By check thrown there, shot score, shot score. Trevor Adams, after the big check was thrown on the back wall. Corner deep inside the Wenatchee zone. Back out in front, shot and a score. And it came back instead to Iannone. Shot through traffic, score! Shot from the left point, and it changed directions on the way through. And I think Lippis may have got the last tip on it. The rebound, and stepping in was Modry, couldn't get it on. Held in by Zek. Zek in, shoots, he scores! Von Unger and Sternberg may have got a tip on that. But it gets popped down and held in by Mostat. A cross shot, what a stop there by Park. Loose puck and a score. Boy, after Park had just made an unbelievable save, the Silverbacks got a stick on it and just poked the slow roller underneath him.
Wenatchee returns home Friday to host Surrey, and then will face Penticton Saturday at the Town Toyota Center. Saturday night's 13-7 loss to Arizona State was costly for the University of Washington, not just because it knocked them from number 5 to 12 in the polls, but because they lost their best offensive lineman to injury. Wenatchee graduate Trey Adams will miss the rest of the season after tearing his ACL in his right knee. That's sports. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. With Halloween only 13 days away, NCW Life's Steve Hare thought he would go find out what's hot in Halloween costumes this year.
Day coming up, Halloween next Tuesday. So what are the hot items this year in terms of costumes?
We have Hocus Pocus this year, which is pretty big. Stranger Things, which is a huge Netflix show. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Is it? Are you seeing a lot of business so far? Coral?
Yeah, we have. Yeah. We are really busy, and we have a lot of kids coming in and having fun and screaming at all the ISEs we have.
I was going to say, you don't just specialize in costumes, but you have the full gamut for the Halloween season, including decorations and ornaments and everything else.
Definitely. We've got some super scary and fun animatronics.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about costumes. How about political figures this year? Who's hot?
Donald Trump. Donald Trump. You know it. Right there, we have even the wigs and the masks. They're creepy.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, what kind of interest are you seeing in the Trump costumes?
I see a lot of people like having fun with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. More, I guess, of not necessarily a supportive nature, but kind of a ridiculing Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. There's even, I think, a roll of toilet paper with his face on it.
Spirit Halloween is a veritable treasure trove of costumes and Halloween decorations, props, and elaborate animatronics designed to horrify your neighbors. Located off Mission Street at 5th Street, Spirit Halloween is partnered with Shriners Hospital to share a percentage of their proceeds. And by the way, here at the Spirit of Halloween, they have a special promotion going on with Children's Hospital. Tell us about that.
It's actually Shriners Hospital.
Shriners Hospital.
Yeah, in Spokane, and it's pretty cool. 100% proceeds goes to the hospital to help the kids have like a fun Halloween party and to help them just make the hospital stay not so scary.
Okay. So what are you going as this year?
I'm not sure yet.
You haven't made up your mind.
Yeah, I've got two little ones, and one of them is going to be from Paw Patrol, and then Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay.
So
obviously you're going to be out with the kids trick-or-treating?
definitely, yeah.
Where are the most productive places to go in the valley for trick-or-treating?
I'm not quite sure. I heard a lot about Kashmir. Small town, houses are close together.
Good.
So we're going to try that this year.
Good deal. So Carla, come on back over here in front of the camera and tell us, what are your hours of operation down here at Spirit of Halloween?
Starting this week, we're going to be closing at 11, opening at 9. So we have many more hours so you can come and shop and have fun at the store.
Halloween this year falls on a Tuesday. Stay tuned to NCW Life for more information on how to make this a fun and, most importantly, safe trick-or-treat for the kids. Steve Hare, NCW Life News.
We'll be back in just a moment with a recap of some of today's stories and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
Romaine Electric in Wenatchee is your one-stop repair shop for all your auto, marine, small engine, or heavy-duty truck electric motor needs. Does your battery need to be replaced? Their technicians will have you up and running. The diagnostic team at Romaine Electric identifies and repairs all electrical issues from farm, truck, marine, industrial, diesel, ATV, and PWC. Romaine Electric in the Industrial Park off Ferry Street and Wenatchee Avenue. Stop by or give them a call today at 663-8150.
Is this really what we're going to do on our girls' night out? We should go to Club Crow.
The bar and grill in Kashmir?
Yeah, let's go.
Looking for a fun-filled, friendly hometown atmosphere? Club Crow Bar and Grill in Kashmir is the place to be. Hi, this is Justin. Here at Club Crow, we have full bar and restaurant, live music, a dance floor, pool tables, pull tabs, and live jam sessions the first Sunday of every month. Club Crow in Kashmir, the coolest place in town.
Welcome back, and now a recap of some of our top stories. A Snohomish County Sheriff's helicopter rescue team responded Sunday afternoon to a climber who was injured in a fall from Snow Creek Wall near Leavenworth. Steve Hare has the details.
The Sheriff's Office says a 23-year-old male from Lake Stevens fell about 50 feet down a climbing wall and sustained a head injury. The man was unconscious at the base of the wall with 5 other climbers. Rescuers had to tie in to keep from falling due to the terrain. Now, while on scene, a boulder fell from above, barely missing the crew. Now, the climber was hoisted out and was airlifted to Harborview Regional Medical Center for treatment. His name was not released and his condition is unknown. Steve Hare, NCW Life News.
Washington State Patrol says a 20-year-old Mansfield woman was seriously injured yesterday when she decided to jump out of a moving car. The incident occurred at around 2 p.m. Tuesday on Highway 172 near Mansfield. Raquel Solis of Mansfield was in the back seat of a 2005 Ford Freestyle Sport utility vehicle along with her mother and brother when Trooper Brian Moore says she decided to exit the vehicle because of an apparent argument as the car was traveling at around 40 miles per hour. Solis hit her head on the ground upon impact and was airlifted to Central Washington Hospital, where she is listed in critical condition. Moore says details surrounding the argument are unclear and the incident is still under investigation. With the help of an observant and tenacious Douglas County deputy, a dangerous felon is off the streets tonight. Sheriff Harvey Jesdal says the arrest happened after a county deputy learned that a vehicle he had just seen also had an associated arrest warrant out of LaSalle County, Illinois. The deputy followed the vehicle to a residence and was able to contact the driver and person named in that warrant. Arrested without incident was 35-year-old Victor Guerrero of East Wenatchee on charges of aggravated criminal sexual assault of a child. Guerrero was booked into the Chelan County Regional Jail. Earlier today, Washington State Patrol Trooper Brian Moore reports that a semi-truck loaded with bark rolled over on US 97 Blewett Pass. The accident blocked a lane of Highway 97, which forced Washington State Department of Transportation officials to alternate traffic, which caused delays throughout the afternoon. The driver of the truck was not injured in that accident. And now your weather forecast for north central Washington. First, let's check one more time outside our weather window. Yeah, it's a wet one now as rain showers have pretty much inundated north central Washington. We did see lighter winds today, not quite as warm today as yesterday either, but we are seeing the wet stuff. The reason, the cold front that brought us the winds and showers to our area yesterday is now south and east of our region, but we are far from done with the active weather. A warm front moved into the region this morning and will stall over the area through at least Thursday. This will have two effects on the weather for the next few days. First, the resultant west-southwest flow will tap into deep Pacific moisture associated with a significant atmospheric river. It's moving across the Pacific and it's originating all the way from China. Second, the warm front will combine with several weak waves that will result in an extended period of precip across the inland northwest. We have about a 50% chance of rain through Thursday night, more like 100% right now. Friday, we will see the return of windy conditions with gusts possibly as high as 30 miles an hour. By this weekend then, a very wet zonal flow will be over the area as that atmospheric river of subtropical moisture becomes aimed right at north central Washington. On Saturday, we have a 90% chance of rain where we could see around a quarter to a half inch of precipitation. The abundance of that precip, along with snowmelt Saturday into Sunday, will lead to rises in area streams and rivers, but no flooding is expected. And then back to the nice weather as we get into Monday and Tuesday with temperatures back to around 60 degrees. Here's a look at that forecast now, and once again, we will have rain showers in that forecast tonight, 45 the overnight low. For Thursday, once again, about a 40 to 50% chance of rain and 58. Those showers could linger into Thursday night with 43 our low. A windy day for Friday and 57, and then a rain event for Saturday, only 52 degrees, 90% chance of the wet stuff lingering into Saturday night and into Sunday before things get nice once again, as I mentioned, on Monday and Tuesday. Light winds then, with highs on Monday 62 and Tuesday our high temperature near 60. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around north central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, tune in to NCW Life Channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and all the latest news with Steve Hare. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
This has been NCW Life News on the NCW Life Channel. For more news, log on to ncwlife.com, like us on Facebook, and follow NCW Life Channel on Twitter.
Hey everyone, Frank Ferrari here at Frank's Used Cars, where everybody gets a good deal. Today's deal is F-150 under 300,000 miles. Yesterday, $55.95. Today, it's only $213. At this price, this thing won't last long. Hurry on down to Frank Ferrari's Used Cars, where everybody gets a good deal. Right, Fred? Forget about Frank. Here at Town Nissan, we're fun, we're fair, and we're fabulous. Town Nissan, behind Costco in East Wenatchee.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's blueberry picking season and King 5 named us the second best destination restaurant in Washington State. So toss the family in the cruiser and get on out to Blueberry Hills for the best down-home scratch country cooking you've had in years. And don't forget our award-winning pies. We're fun, family-friendly, and a delicious destination year-round. We're open every day from 8 to 3, serving breakfast and lunch all day. So come on out to Blueberry Hills.
Is your vehicle in need of a quick oil change or tune-up before hitting the road this summer? Stop by Quick Lube and Tune, the home of the good guys at 610 South Wenatchee Avenue.
Pets are not your whole life, but they do make your life